show is Time Stands Still, written by Donald Margulies.
You look great, by the way. Doesn't she?
Yeah, you like my Phantom of the Opera look?
No, really, you look wonderful.
You really do. Is that why you haven't really looked at me since you got here?
What? I've been looking.
It's a love story, and it's about a photojournalist and her
partner who's a journalist who have just come home from Middle East.
Sarah's just been in a very bad accident. She almost died. She's got problems with her leg and her shoulder and her wrist and shrapnel scars all over her face.
What happened? I mean, Richard told me a little bit, but
Roadside
you don't have
bomb.
to talk about it.
I got thrown I don't know how many feet into the air. One of my cameras turned up like 40 yards away.
Oh, wow.
Now she's back in Williamsburg, in Brooklyn, in her loft. So now she's just here in this stasis, and she has to deal with that, and she has to deal with whether or not she's going to go back when everything around her is trying to convince her to stay.
This play really touches on the sacrifices that civilian journalists make every day for all of us while we are comfy on our couches watching the news.
I don't need to dodge bullets to feel alive anymore, or step over mutilated corpses, or watch children die. I want to watch children grow. I want to take vacations like normal people to, I don't know, dude ranches or a Club Med.
But I think ultimately it's an intimate story about a couple and whether or not they're going to be able to move forward together.
Donald Margulies, the author, could have made this a political statement, and he didn't go there because for him it's more interesting to see the relationships and interactions of people who happen to have that in their background. But it's not a play about war, it's not a play about the conflict in the Middle East. He just sets it there to give you a springboard to say, now, when you're not there, when you're at home, what does your real life look like? What are important things that go on in your everyday life? So it comes right back to everyday living.
Fuck you. What?
We didn't say anything.
You don't have to say anything. You guys are the worst poker faces ever.
I think she's darling, Richard, really.
Don't give me that. You don't think she's darling.
She's darling.
It could be a very grueling drama, and it has those moments, but the writing is really wonderful in that he weaves in what are real moments, real people talking to each other, and they happen to be light, and it moves like the wind. It's really fast-paced stuff.
Imagine my surprise. I wake up from a coma and Astrid is gone, replaced by this changeling, this sprite.
Yeah, good old Astrid.
Oh, now she's good old.
I liked her.
So did I.
You hated Astrid!
That's something I've been thinking about a lot lately, being in these rehearsals, is that whatever you think about a person you know, that's probably 25% of them. And then I come along and it's like, who's she? Oh, she must be Richard's midlife crisis.
No!
Well, I'm not.
How do we get you here and you there, if this is going to work? It's a love story that people can identify with, but I think part of the beauty of the writing is that it says something about the world we live in kind of a global way, but it does so with very intimate relationships and intimate moments on stage.
I built a career on the sorrows of people that I don't know and will never see again.
It's pretty riveting. Every time we do it, even in rehearsals, every time you do it, it's like you're taking a little piece of yourself.
I think it's a powerful, profound play, beautifully written, and there's so much humor amongst all of the sort of the weighty issues.
It'll give you something to think about when you leave. At the very least, we will give you something to think about.
I mean, these are all things that happen to all of us all the time. These are universal themes that will connect to various points in your life, in your day.
Seeing it in a really wonderful space like the FlynnSpace, which is very intimate, where you really feel like you're actually in the space that the characters live in.
When I look through that little rectangle, time stops. It just... everything around me, all the sound cuts out. And all I see is the picture.
Vermont Stage Company's production of Time Stands Still plays January 30th through February 17th here at FlynnSpace.